You know what would fix all this nonsense? A little gratitude.
Oh, wow.
You got up this morning.
Wow. You know what? You should be grateful to live in a country where black people get worse sentences for the same crimes as white people when adjusted for everything else. You should be grateful that the police are killing black people. You should be grateful that the previous president discriminated against trans people. You should be grateful. PragerU, Dennis Prager, are you pregnant? Maybe you are. They made a video on who has privilege. My guess is it's going to be an old white guy talking about things in completely the wrong way and going to misrepresent everything. That's just my guess. Just a guess.
Privilege. What's the obsession with privilege? It's driving...
I don't get it. Why are the kids all talking about the privilege? I don't get it. What's this guy's name? He's Adam Carolla, is
me nuts. Not only didn't I have privilege, I don't even know how to spell it.
This is the most boomer take. Privilege? What the hell are you talking about? I don't got privilege. I don't even know how to spell it.
I think there's a D in there somewhere, isn't there? If I told you a story...
So funny! He didn't know how to spell a word. Now that's comedy.
Story about a kid who grew up poor, product of divorce, did a lot of dumpster diving. Sister ran away at age 14, welfare and food stamps. If I told you that kid was black, you'd go, well, yeah, that's because of systemic racism. But if I told you that kid was me, you'd go, what?
No, that can happen to white people as well. It's just that you're more likely to be born into impoverished conditions if you're black rather than if you're white. It doesn't mean that it's impossible for there to be poor white people. That's not what it means. Again, completely misrepresenting the point. Just complete utter bullshit. Just like a complete non sequitur. Like, just because black people are more likely to be born into impoverished situations doesn't mean that white people cannot be poor. What? A white person was poor? That's impossible! Only black people can be poor.
What are we doing? What happened to your privilege? The real white privilege isn't privilege. It's knowing that nobody cares about you, good or bad. No one's going to do anything for you because you're white, and no one's going to do anything against you because you're white. I'll give you an example.
I mean, he's kind of right. I mean, he's kind of right, but I don't think he's going to go with this where this kind of logically leads to. Yeah, I mean, people aren't going to do things for you just because you're white, but they will not do things to you because you are white. The police won't beat the shit out of you because you're white. But the police will beat the shit out of black people because they're black. So he's kind of right, but I don't think he is going to go with this where it should go, in that because you're white, like, or you will not get discriminated against because you are white. Like, he's so close.
I'll give you an example. When I get pulled over by a cop, I assume it's either because I was speeding or the cop's an overficious jerk. But either way, my skin color doesn't play in.
Yeah.
If I was black, I'm assuming that it was driving while black or that he was profiling me. Let me give you another example of the white privilege I'm talking about. The privilege of not obsessing over privilege. I had a neighbor call the police on me during the day, during the middle of the week, when I was doing a construction project because our phone lines got crossed. So I picked up the phone to call Anawalt Lumber. My neighbor picked up the phone. I said, oh, sorry, I think our lines got crossed somehow. Next thing I know, a police cruiser rolled up to my home. Now, if I was black, I would have no choice but to think that was racially motivated. I mean, why else would your neighbor call the cops on you because your phone lines got crossed, unless in fact you're black? And as a matter of fact, I'm not even black, and I think it was a racist incident. Do you?
He's so close. He's so close. Like, he's like describing the situation perfectly. Like, he's like, if you got pulled over, it's probably because, like, it could be because you're black. You could get killed because you know that in America, cops will literally just shoot you for pulling you over for shit. And, like, there's that real fear. It's not that it will 100% be because of race, but you know that there's a very good chance that you just got pulled over because you're black and you might die. And where he should be taking this is black people have to live with this fear all the time. They have to live with this fear of, you know, the police coming over might be, you know, you might die. This might be your death. You might be just another, you know, Philando Castile. And because of that, white people have tremendous privilege because they don't have to worry about that shit. But I think where he's going to take this is that, you know, I'm a white person. I don't need to think about this privilege and race all the time. And black people shouldn't too, because not everything is about race. I think that's where he's taking this.
You get it? Whites do have privilege, but not the privilege the race hustlers are selling. I don't think people really
race hustlers. Oh my God. Wow. Hey folks, I'm a race hustler.
Down enough on this. I've had horrible things happen to me my entire life. I've had school teachers and counselors that were horrible. I've had construction foremen who treated me like crap. I've had program directors who treated me like crap. And the good news is I'm white. So I just know they're a-holes, not racist. Why do we want anyone?
Okay, yeah, so that's exactly what he's saying. He's like, people aren't racist, they're just assholes. That's what he's saying. You know, people aren't actually racist, people are just assholes. You know, people are just annoying. People aren't racist. And as a white person, you know that because you're white. So you see it. People aren't racist. They're just assholes. And then the question becomes, okay, why are they assholes towards very specific people?
Worrying about someone else's privilege. Who cares? This is America. You make your own breaks. Anyway, isn't the goal not to judge a person by
Why
the color?
do we care? God damn it! This is America. God damn it! Land of the free, home of the brave. Mind your own goddamn business. This is the most boomer shit I have ever seen. Why do we care about someone else's privilege? Because it shapes the society around us? I don't know. Maybe that's why we care about white privilege in the United States, because it literally shapes society and affects millions of lives. It's probably why. Like, it's a very simple thing. Did he just say the thing? He said, "This is America."
Of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Guess who
I
said
heard
that?
Somewhere.
Guess who said that?
What's the guy's name? Marty? Anyway, privilege means you have it better than most, not that you have it better than some. How about tall people? Tall people have an advantage over short people. Thin people have an advantage over fat people. Attractive people, you're welcome, have an advantage over the homely. There are always going to be people lower than you on the totem.
Yes! There are different types of privileges in this world that certain people enjoy. Some of them don't have as big of a systemic impact. Some of them have a huge systemic impact, like race, your gender, sexual orientation, all this stuff. And he's trying to be like, well, what about tall people? Do they have a privilege? Yes. What about conventionally good-looking people? Do they have a privilege? Yes, they certainly do. Like, yes, they do. It's true.
Totem pole, no matter what color your skin is. Wait a minute, are we allowed to say totem pole? I feel like that's racist. Every minority person living in the United States in 2021 is doing better than people living in the Congo, Bangladesh, or many other places around the world. And if you don't believe me, then why they're all trying to get here? Do the math. We're a systemically racist country that people are trying to kill themselves. They're literally risking their lives trying to get into the systemically racist country. Let's just say this country was a facility.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking... This is so boomer. Like, this is such a boomer. Well, they have it so much better here than in the Congo or Bangladesh. which is funny because he used two countries from which there isn't like a humongous wave of immigrants coming from. Like, from my understanding, Bangladesh and Congo are not like the top two countries from which immigrants are coming to the United States. If we look at the countries where immigrants are coming from to the United States, well, China is one. Usually pretty wealthy people are coming from there. The point being that a lot of the areas where people are coming to America from, America has had a hand in destabilizing those regions. So, so they're coming to the country because the US fucking destabilized their region. And they want a better life. Just because they can get a better life in the United States compared to their home country doesn't mean that there's no racial, like, systemic racism in the United States. That, like, it doesn't mean that that doesn't exist. That's not a proof of anything. Like, well, if they're coming here, then there's no racism, brother. It's like, no, that's not how it works. There can still be systemic racism, even if they're coming there as a minority. Like, that doesn't erase that. It's ridiculous.
And the facility was systemically racist. And every year, people died trying to hop the fence and climb the wall to get into the facility. People of color? Would that make sense?
It would.
Great news is,
if on the other side,
if you're willing.
Anyway, it would make sense if on the other side of the wall they are being butchered and killed, or there's someone who is trying to kill them on the other side of the wall. They are literally trying to find them and kill them. And then they're like, I can try to get over this wall with like barbed wire and hurt myself and maybe die in the process. And there's going to be some racism on the other side, but I can live there and I can be freer than here. There's going to be problems, but which one do I choose? Do I choose the place where there's someone trying to kill me right now, part of a big organization? Or do I try to take my chance?
To bust your hump, there's no better country to do it in. So maybe we should stop obsessing on skin color or gender or sexual proclivities and get on with the hump busting. You know what would fix all this nonsense? A little gratitude.
Oh, wow.
You got up this morning.
Wow. You know what? You should be grateful to live in a country where black people get worse sentences for the same crimes as white people when adjusted for everything else. You should be grateful that the police are killing black people. You should be grateful that the previous president discriminated against trans people. You should be grateful.
You put your shoes on, your fridge was full, you hugged your kids, you said goodbye to your wife, you said hello to your girlfriend. Gratitude for living in the best country in the world.
He's cheating on his wife. That's the joke. Yuck, yuck, yuck. The joke was adultery. Hi, I'm Adam Carello, comedian. Carello? Sorry.
At the best time to live in the best country in the world, whatever your skin color is, there's no better country than the United States to call your home. I'm Adam Carolla for Prager University.
Best country in the world, brother. There's no better place to live. Except these other OECD nations where people are happier and they have health care and it's more, there's less gun deaths and oops. Ridiculous video. Wow. This is such a boomer video. You know what? Things used to be worse. Why are the kids talking about race? I don't get it. There's too many genders. Wife bad. Yeah, great video. Freaking PragerU. Good job. Jesus Christ. Hello there. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, or you can come visit my stream on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, and I can answer any questions there. We play games there, go through the news, and talk about some leftist politics as well. See you in the next video. Bye!